We have worked out those technical problems. So talking about that chaos on Capitol Hill today, it was history in several ways. And to give us some perspective, we are joined by Fox 5 political analyst Carl Luna. Carl, thank you for sticking with us through those difficulties. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Well, reflect on this day. I mean, your reaction, and what does it say about the state of our democracy and our politics?
It says, Kathleen, that we are terribly divided, that we have seen institutions of government be systematically assailed since the election and even before that. And this is one of the consequences. Some people have been whipped up believing that their republic has been stolen by them by a fraudulent election, when all empirical evidence shows it's not the case. Egged on by the president, it resulted in this violence that you have just not seen in living memory. I mean, people breaching the Capitol building hasn't happened since the British in 1814. So I think what it means is the Biden administration, the Republicans, and the Congress are going to have to work very hard to restore faith in government by getting things done and to restore trust in each other, so they stop the demonization, which leads to things like this.
Did you see some of that tonight when they reconvened in the joint session of Congress? Because several of them stepped up and made speeches. And did any of them stand out to you? I certainly thought that there was some change in tone, definitely from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell has been more emotional today, both in his earlier speech talking about, before all this broke out, about how you had to abide by the Constitution, otherwise we're going to be going into a bad place. But then when they reconvened, he gave a very passionate, if belated speech condemning these actions, trying to say they need to work together. And if you take a look at what's been happening since then, when they were doing the voting and objections, they're still having votes. They're still having some objections. Arizona, they voted on. They're voting on Pennsylvania. But the number of Republicans supporting these objections has declined. Kelly Loeffler did not support the objection over Georgia, which meant that was gavelled down. So you're getting a streamlined version of this. And I think Republicans are trying to get this over with as quickly as possible so they can try to move on and not get too tarred by the terrible events today, which really is a slap to the party and, of course, an attack on the republic.
Well, let's talk about President Trump and his potential culpability here. Tomorrow's headline in the LA Times reads, "Trump incited mob storms U.S. Capitol." What do you think the potential consequences for him both politically are down the road and his legacy?
You know, Kathleen, 24 hours ago, Donald Trump loomed as a dominant figure in the Republican Party for years to come. He may well have destroyed that legacy today because by urging on the protesters to storm the Capitol, he's produced a huge backlash. On Monday, lots of Republicans rushed out to defend his phone call attacking Georgia state officials over the election. So far today, since this has happened, nobody is coming to the president's defense and people are resigning. National Association of Manufacturers, powerful corporate interest group, it's calling on the Vice President Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. The Republican governor of Vermont has called on the president to resign. I think that pressure can continue to grow because Donald Trump has put himself into a corner where there's no real good way he can salvage what he did, especially since he's been banned from Twitter for the rest of the day and possibly in perpetuity.
Yeah, it is almost a surreal notion that he's banned from Twitter and at least for 12 hours and Facebook and also YouTube, as we reported earlier, but has the nuclear codes. Joe Biden spoke out today condemning the violence as well. How much more difficult did today's riots make uniting the country for him when he does take office?
If there's any silver lining in this very dark cloud, Kathleen, I think that because of how dramatic this was and how terrible it was, I mean, this is probably the most emotionally draining day on television that we've seen since 9/11 as Americans. I think there's a window of opportunity here, which people of good faith can now try to take advantage of without President Trump still looming in the corner to force Republicans more and more to his side. Republican moderates and Democratic moderates in the Senate can come together to pass legislation. So the upside may well be this will make it easier for the Biden administration to work with Republicans and actually do what we elect government to do, which is to govern effectively.
And with Americans suffering this 1-2 punch of the COVID crisis and the economic crisis, they really do need Congress to be a functioning body. Carl Luna tonight, thank you for sort of helping us sort out what we saw today and are still trying to process. We appreciate it.
Thank you.